Good evening, everyone, and I apologize for the technical glitch that occurred at the start of this webinar. I'm Elizabeth George, and I'm Chief Membership Officer with the American Guild of Organists. And with me tonight, I have Jeff Hoffman, who is the Dean of the Omaha chapter, and John Robinson, who does PR marketing for the Harrisburg chapter, and Ron Jessee, I'm missing an E on his last name, and I apologize, Ron, who has created a wonderful awards program for his chapter that I think has a twist that most of us haven't seen before. At least I hadn't. And it was actually written up in last month's TAO. So you can see lots of pictures and read all about it in the last issue of the American Organist magazine. So this is being recorded, and probably within the next 24 hours, I'll send out a link to everyone with the recording and any handouts. I don't think that we'll really have any handouts for this one. And as well, you're muted, but we do want to hear from you. So if you could please just put your questions in the Q&A icon at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to be monitoring them throughout the webinar, and we'll stop and ask questions as each gentleman is doing their presentation. And I think that's really all I have to say right now. So Jeff Hoffman with the Omaha chapter, if you'd like to show your video and unmute yourself, I know people would love to see you and hear from you.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. And I'm going to talk briefly about two things. First of all, we're, as many chapters, trying to not only grow our chapter, but engage our current members and retain those maybe who are thinking that they no longer have a connection to our chapter. So one of the very simple things that we have done is in Canva, and I'm going to share it right now so you can see it, is I've just created a very simple birthday greeting. Okay, so I do this in Canva. So and I just went through and made an Excel spreadsheet list of our members' birthdays. And when one comes up that day, I email them because we don't want to share this on social media because of, we're all very concerned about privacy, and a birth date shared publicly is maybe not something we want to do. But I email our chapter members and friends just this simple little graphic. And it takes about 10 seconds to do. I just go in and change the name and create an email to our chapter, insert the graphic into the message. And if it's someone who is well known to our chapter, I simply send it. If it's a new person or someone who's not really active, I might just maybe make a brief description such as welcome to our new young organist member who is celebrating their first birthday as an AGO member. And then people know it's been a way for our members to kind of get to know each other, at least know who we are, especially for people who live further away or aren't able to attend meetings frequently. At least we acknowledge that they're valuable to our chapter. So that has been one of our new initiatives, and it's been very well received. It's also been helpful for people, who've decided that they want to get to know more people in the chapter, so that then they can also reach out to them. We don't publish an email or a phone number with this greeting, but our members have the membership directory, so they can then go look their information up, and several members have said they've received several greetings from friends that they've made in the chapter. So the other thing that I've started to do, which has also been well received, is to I've created a weekly, just very brief publication called The Resonator. And it's just a one-page document. And I do this just simply in Word and publish it as a PDF file. Okay. So it just And just a very quick aside, in our chapter logo, I've also added the key elements of our strategic plan, which are to strengthen, engage, and retain our members, so that every time they see a publication for us, they're reminded that membership is everybody's responsibility, right?
I
So this
love
week,
you for that. I think it's great. Thank you. But this is beautiful because you're giving them just quick bites of what's happening coming up and
right.
strengthening the connection. And with that happy birthday card, you're making them feel recognized and valued. And that's all I'll say. And then I'll let you continue, Jeff.
Yes. So this once a week publication, really helps us stay connected on last minute things like, as you notice here, we have, a national treasure. We consider Tom Trenny doing a hymn festival at a local Episcopal church, but in some places the date was publicized as October 3rd, in some places October 6th. So, rather than waiting for our next monthly newsletter to come out, which would be right at the same time of the event, we just have this quick way. And then for events like at our cathedral, we have done a series of choir for a day where you just show up that day and we have a 40-minute rehearsal and we sing for the liturgy. And that's given people in our community a chance to experience singing in a cathedral setting and experiencing the organ up close. And I've just been sending every week we're very excited to have Richard Webster coming to do a hymn festival in March. And so just to keep that constantly in front of people's, I don't want anyone to say, well, we didn't know about that. It's like, well, you've heard about it for a year every week. So, but I've entitled this The Resonator, simply because I just think to resonate with your members means that you are creating a vibration amongst them, creating some excitement. And it also then, borrows an organ term, right, that we can use. And it's been very effective, these two little things, especially combining them, starting them at the same time with my term as dean, has kind of indicated that we're changing as a chapter, which we're.
Well, I love the fact that you share your goals for the year. What you really are striving to do. And I think that's wonderful. And having worked with you and your board last March to do some strategic planning with you, I just want to say congratulations. I know you're on your way and you're going to do quite well this year. I can already see that and I love being copied on all the birthday cards and the resonator. So thank you so much.
Well, and we appreciate your help and your support as well. We as a chapter found the support of the national organization to be present and prompt when we ask. So I think that if any of you watching, need help with anything or just have a simple question, just ask. I mean, everyone is so willing to help. And, Eric, in the office in New York is always helpful. Everyone on the staff is helpful. So don't be afraid to ask.
Thank you so much. That's makes us feel very special. Thank you so much, Jeff. All right, well, let's move on to John Robinson. Oh, hearts are coming up. They love you. John, if you want to unmute yourself and show your video. There we go. There you are.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And I wanted to tell you about a little program that we have in our chapter, which has just started this year. And it's the pro bono use of digital billboards in our region. And this came out from a connection I had with a billboard company, and in particular, one very, very wonderful employee who directs this program. And we started by advertising our series of musical events in our church. And then I thought, why can't the AGO take advantage of this program? And so I spoke to this representative of the company, and she said, yes, that would be just great. And so we started the program in July, from July 29th to August 31st. She posted our billboard, which is a simple creation, and perhaps I can show that to you while I'm talking.
Please do. It's very cool.
We good?
Yes, there we go.
This is simply a Word document, which I created. It's simple, and that's the key, is making everything very simple so a motorist can read it on his way or her way past. That is then turned into a PDF and sent to the billboard company. And it's done in 3 sizes because they have 3 different sizes and shapes of boards. And so if you were to do this in your region, you would need to contact one of several, I'm sure, billboard companies, and ask first if they do billboards and how to, for pro bono, and how to do them, how to prepare them and their particular specifications.
And this is a digital billboard, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And the billboard has maybe 6 or 8 different ads on it, and they rotate for about 8 seconds. And so it goes day and night, 24 hours for the entire time that is agreed upon. In our case, this particular one, let me advance to the next. This is how it looks in real life. This particular one saw 35,000 plays of our artwork, and according to traffic counts, 377,000 people drove past during the period that it was up. And so it was exciting for people from our membership to call and say, hey, I saw the billboard, that's great. And so lots of people have seen it.
I think that's just amazing. I think that is such a clever idea. And it's only going to brand the chapter, grow awareness, and I bet you recruit some new members. I know you have a couple more slides you want to show.
Our membership statistics are not in yet, so I'll be interested too to see if there's an uptick. Here's the same billboard seen from a different perspective. Sorry. Here's how it looks at night.
Love it.
This is it's a selfie. They have a camera on each billboard that sticks out and takes a picture of what's up there at the moment.
That's just amazing. And
So,
then they give you data. I know you have it on the next slide, which is hard to see, of the impressions of how many people have, as you were saying, drove
Right.
by and
you can't read that, but for each one, they give you, for each location, and there were 8 of them, they will tell you how many spots, how many times it rotated, and how many impressions, or how many motorists went past. And overall, this number is astounding to me. There were 142,300 times that it rotated, and 1,184,931 people passed by. So what better bang can you get for your buck, which is 0.
that's just amazing. Now, when is your first chapter program coming up?
This September 21st, I believe it is.
Okay. Well, it'll be very interesting. I'm sure you're going to talk about it. Well, you're not, for just a little bit, for people, some members that may not, I can't imagine they wouldn't know, but certainly everyone would be excited to hear about it if they have been out of off planet.
Well, Ellen, I think, do you say Genther or Gunther?
Eileen Gunther?
Eileen, yes, is going to present a workshop on pastor musician relationships.
Wonderful.
And that's on the 21st at 9:30 for coffee and 10 o'clock for the session. It should be a great.
Awesome. Well, aren't you lucky to have Eileen for that? And I bet she's going to be tickled pink when she sees what you've been doing. She's going to just be thrilled to death talk about using technology. Kudos to you, John. When you first told me about this, I just said, I want more. And I'm so glad we were able to include this tonight in the webinar. So thank you so much. Stick around because we may have some questions. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ron Jessee, who is the chapter life coordinator. And some of you, I have noticed after hearing this title, have changed some of your members at large positions in your chapter to the chapter life coordinator. And I believe, Ron, you also do the newsletter. Anyway, Ron is with the San Diego chapter, so take it away.
Well, greetings, everybody, from beautiful San Diego. It's a lovely day here, and it's the only thing is we're experiencing unusually warm weather in Southern California. Rarely is it ever over 72 in San Diego, and today it's 90. So for us, this is an anomaly, but we're having a big time. So thank you so much for having me on to talk about something that we've done here in San Diego that I find really exciting. But I do want to say a big thank you to John for his presentation on birthdays. And as the chapter life coordinator, birthdays have become very important to us, and recognizing birthdays as well. And I am going to implement everything John is doing. Plus, we just send a personal card in the snail mail to everybody for their birthdays from San Diego AGO. We handwrite them, and it's just another way you might want to think about really reaching out and making a special commentary and a special moment for people's birthdays. So we have initiated a new thing called the Beach Breeze Awards here in San Diego. And there's a reason that we've done this, and that is that we have just really kind of felt like we've been, well, let me use a song to kind of parse this. There's a song that sticks with me that's a song that we all learned in Sunday school, and it's "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." And there's another verse that says, "Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm going to let it shine." And the third one that says, "Don't let Satan blow it out," is another one of my favorites. And I think so often we don't think about how do we honor and thank people? How do we let their light shine by saying thank you for all the amazing work that you've done? And it was really mulling around in my head for a couple of years. And I talked to the board about it here, and they said, yes, this sounds like something very interesting to do. So we created the Beach Breeze Awards. And this is the reason we created them. First of all, to honor people for their hard work and achievement. And so people that have done special things and maybe have achieved in a special way, we're finding a way to honor them and to thank them. The second thing is to engage people in wanting to be in leadership. Not that we don't serve because it's an intrinsically good thing to do, but very often we don't recognize what people are actually doing when they do serve. And so the awards are a way of highlighting that and trying to inspire people to be engaged in leadership. The third thing is to create community by saying, thank you for your service. And this whole creating community thing is so important that we as a community recognize what people have been doing and honor that. Fourth is the advocacy for the organ in the community. When people can see that we actually have an award that says, hey, the organ is important, and that we want to make sure that people have a chance to see that people are being honored for their work. That's part of the advocacy tool for people that are part of our chapter. And then finally, and I'm going to quote this one because this is not mine, but this is the incredible Chris Cook, who stated this. So I want to state his because it's so powerfully said, and I couldn't possibly say it as well as he says it. But to instill a sense of pride in our heritage that will project itself into the next generation. How do we honor and venerate the people that have done such great things? So we've done that by creating this awards ceremony. We don't have pictures today, but on page 12 of the August TAO TOE, TOA.
American Organist Magazine.
There we go. We on page 12, there's a whole description of what it looks like. And it really actually talks about the awards themselves. So you may be wondering, Ron, what awards did you guys give this year? And so this is our first year, and we gave 5 awards. And the first one was for clergy, and it was called the Clergy Superhero Award. And what
Love that. I just love that.
isn't that fun? I really like that too. But what it does is it really says to clergy, thank you for your support of the organ and worship, and for types of music that are best suited to organ and worship. And we had 4 people that were honored this year. We may have many more next year, because next year's awards will be chosen directly by the membership. People have an opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to write up a little thing about my pastor, and I'd like my pastor awarded. So that was very successful and a lot of fun. We also honor Educator of the Year, the person who is teaching organ or involved in organ education, to just say thank you to them for their service and their work. We have the Outstanding Performer. And this is definitely geared toward organists who are also performing in addition to playing in church. They're out in the community performing. We also have an organist this year who we awarded, who has a choir that travels internationally, and it's called the Bach Collegium. And they're just doing great work, both in the United States and Europe. So Adrian Valenzuela was awarded this year for his Ruben Valenzuela was awarded this year for that. The 4th award is the Newcomer Service Award. So for people who are new to the Guild, or maybe they're young organists and have been involved in service, holding an office of some sort, or maybe doing something special for the chapter itself. We recognize that newcomer service. And then finally, the Hall of Fame. And this is the one that we think that is so important for remembering our legacy and building our legacy over the years. We inducted 3 people into the Hall of Fame this year. And we just really want to remember. We want to keep remembering the people that have been in our chapter and have been doing this important work. So as you can see, I know we only have a short amount of time to talk about this, but we've been really romping down the road to try to build this whole program, and I'm anxious to see how it generates enthusiasm in years to come.
Well, I think it's great because they feel like they're getting their own star, in Hollywood.
Soon we'll have the Walk of Fame in Balboa Park.
There
Or by
we
the
go.
Organ
There we
Pavilion.
go. Maybe I'm wrong, but weren't you also asking clergy to nominate organists?
Yes, so we did not do that this year, but that is in next year. So we're adding that where the clergy can actually nominate their organists. It can be logistically a little difficult. How do we contact them? We want to make sure we're contacting all the right people to be able to do that. But it's our goal to add that to next year's awards.
I think it's wonderful. I think you've done a great job in, people love to be recognized and thanked. You are going to be leaving a legacy, as Chris Cook said much more beautifully than either you or I can say. But you're also bringing a sense of community, not only to your members, but beyond your members, to the community that's around you. And I look at this as an opportunity for recruitment. I really do. I think that more people are going to be interested as they hear about this and want to share it with their friends. And I do have to say, I had the pleasure of attending the 100th anniversary of the San Diego chapter. It was a year ago would have been October, the end of October.
Yes, it was.
And it was just talk about friendly people and people that were made to feel so valued and welcomed, that I was just so honored to be there tonight, to be able to partake in that and speak a little bit, congratulate you. So I'm very excited, and I might have to come out to the next awards ceremony. I don't know. I think I might have to put it on my calendar.
Well, it's going to be in March. So
Okay.
yeah. Oh, and
March in San Diego sounds really great to me.
Oh, I know. It is. It's beautiful. And the thing that's I wanted to share with everybody, the thing that has really made this work is that we put it in a context with another event. So for example, this last year, it was part of our organ crawl. We had the organ crawl and then a big social event at the end of the organ crawl, and was the awards. This year, we're having a seminar, professional development seminar, and then the awards will be at the end of that. So it's always nice to attach it to something that has a ready crowd, so that you have people who are already there and can just move right into the awards ceremony.
I think that's great. That even adds to the excitement and the anticipation of it. Well, for those of you who want to see more and read more about this, I'm sure you still have your copy of the August issue of the American Organist magazine. So please take a look and you can read in detail what the San Diego chapter did. Now, we do have some questions down here. And I'm going to start, first of all, with Peggy Graff, who is the Dean of the Fort Worth chapter. When you do present these awards, and do you have a special template that you use for the awards? Are they framed?
No, and you'll see, I'm really sorry that we don't have a picture to show you, but on page 12 of TAO, it does, in August, there are pictures of the actual awards. We did them online, and they were so beautiful and yet so inexpensive. It was $16 per award. And our local folks that were doing it, like actually local businesses here, it would have been hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I think we spent maybe $120 or $130 making all the awards. They're plaques. They have a gold front on them and all the printing. And I did all the designing myself. You could do that on the template. So our logo went on the template and all the printing, and it was really easy to do.
You know, that's wonderful. Also, to go back to Jeff, you know, Canva is our best friend now. And what you can create on Canva is amazing. And I will say, we have a template in the Chapter Leaders Toolkit that you can download for an award. It may not be as fancy and beautiful as what Ron has created, but you have the ability to edit it. So it's in the Chapter Leader Toolkits, which is right under the Chapters tab on our home webpage. And I hope that you'll take a look at it. Now, let's go back up. A couple questions for Jeff. Kenna, is the Resonator in addition to or instead of the monthly newsletter? Do you use email blasts for last minute items?
The Resonators in addition to our monthly publication. Our monthly publication tends to be, depending on the season, 8 to 12 pages long and includes tons of information. This weekly thing is just about keeping in touch on a weekly basis with what's happening at the moment. I'm sorry, what was the other question?
The other one is, do you send the birthday cards for each person out to the whole chapter? In other words, yes, that's the whole point.
Yeah. No, the point is for everyone in the chapter to celebrate together. You know, it has been kind of funny. People will say, well, I didn't know that person was a member, you know, and we only have like 70 members. So it's, you know, but it's been a great way. Yeah, we send it by email to protect everyone's privacy. Yeah.
Well, can I just say, when I saw you in March, you had 60 members. So now you've got 70, which is very
well, it's close to 70. We've had, I'm not sure the exact number, but I think we're 68, 69, something like that.
That's wonderful. Yeah. That's wonderful.
And also, Elizabeth, I in the chat, I posted a Canva link to our birthday graphic, and I also published a Word link for the Resonator, so you can download those and use them as you would like.
Thank you so much. And Dana, I want to answer your question because this is very near and dear to my heart. Is there material available, a pamphlet or brochure, that explain membership and why to join the AGO, particularly for young organists, that you can pass out to prospective members? Well, let me tell you, this was on my wish list. And as we speak, a digital version is being created. It should be done probably within the next couple of weeks. You certainly can download it and print it. And it is going to talk about why young organists should join. And, you know, we have young organists that are from age 8 all the way up to age 29. So there are different value points for each age range, which we've added into this brochure, and I'm very, very excited about it. And so I thank you all. I think we've answered all the questions. I am just going to say that, and I think I can say this with great pride, that in a couple of weeks, you're going to see a brand new website where you will find be able to find material information much easier. It's going to be very accessible, and it will come in conjunction with our new membership software, which, yes, we are in the final stages of launching. We have members who are beta testing it as we speak. So lots of exciting things are happening in September and moving forth. I just want to say thank you again to Jeff and to Ron Jessee and to John Robinson. And I would be remiss if I didn't promote our upcoming webinars. So next Monday on the 16th, you know, J.W. Arnold, who is our marketing specialist and PR specialist, has been doing a wonderful series on the weekend organist. He's also had a column in TAO, and that will be his presentation. He's doing another weekend organist on the 16th. And then if any of you who are watching, or when you do watch this, have had your nonprofit status revoked, we have a gentleman who's going to be talking on September 23rd, that's Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, about auto revocation, dealing with the IRS to regain your tax exempt status. So this is a subject that I hate to say that a lot of our chapters, but a good percentage of our chapters just didn't realize that they had lost this status, and it's important. And so save the date. We'll do a lot more promoting about it, but it's going to be a really interesting webinar presented by a subject knowledge expert who actually works with our accounting firm that we use, and it's going to be very, very informative. So thank you all again. Everybody stay well. This will go out, as I said, within the next 24 hours, and we hope to see you soon. Take care and be well. Thank you.